Reaching the summit of Mount Everest is the greatest dream of countless people around the world. For many climbers, standing on the highest point on Earth feels like the ultimate victory. But the terrifying reality is something very few people truly understand. On Everest, reaching the top does not mean the journey is over. In fact, the real danger often begins after the summit. From that point onward, every step becomes a battle between life and death. A full Everest expedition usually takes nearly 2 months. Climbers spend weeks preparing their bodies to survive in thin air, where oxygen levels are dangerously low. But in today's documentary, we will experience this deadly journey in just a few minutes. From the crowded base camp deep in the Himalayas to the frozen summit above the clouds. And then, the horrifying descent where most climbers lose their lives. Although Everest may look beautiful from far away, the mountain hides countless tragedies beneath its snow. Every section of this route has witnessed real deaths. These are not myths or fictional stories. Real climbers disappeared here forever. Some reached the summit successfully, but never returned alive. Even today, many frozen bodies remain on the mountain, silently warning everyone who passes by. So today, we will uncover the terrifying reality of Everest. Why do so many climbers die while coming down? Why does exhaustion become more dangerous than the climb itself? And why can one small mistake on this mountain become the final moment of a person's life? The route you are seeing now is based on the actual climbing path used by mountaineers. Every part of this journey comes from real satellite images, real expedition footage, and real photographs taken high above the clouds. Nothing here is fantasy. This is the true face of Everest. Our journey begins at Everest Base Camp. Located at nearly 17,600 feet above sea level, this place already stands higher than many famous mountains around the world. Yet for Everest climbers, this is only the beginning. At first glance, the base camp looks almost like a temporary frozen city. Hundreds of colorful tents cover the rocky glacier. Climbers from different countries prepare their gear, test oxygen systems, and plan their next move. There is constant noise, excitement, and nervous energy in the air. But hidden beneath this busy atmosphere lies a frightening truth. The entire base camp is built on top of a moving glacier. The ground beneath your feet is not stable. Huge blocks of ice slowly shift every single day. Deep cracks open without warning. Sometimes strange cracking sounds echo from under the ice, almost as if the mountain itself is alive. Many people think the base camp is relatively safe compared to the upper parts of Everest. But the mountain has proven many times that nowhere here is truly secure. In one devastating disaster, a massive avalanche swept through the camp after a violent earthquake shook the Himalayas. Within seconds, tents were buried under snow and ice. Climbers who had not even started their ascent lost their lives instantly, and this is only the beginning. After leaving base camp, climbers face the first true nightmare of Everest, the terrifying icefall. This frozen maze is considered one of the deadliest sections of the entire mountain. Imagine a giant river made of ice. Unlike normal rivers, this frozen river is constantly moving, breaking, and collapsing. Towering walls of ice stand everywhere. Deep crevasses cut through the glacier like giant wounds in the earth. Some are so deep that nobody can even see the bottom. To cross them, climbers use narrow aluminum ladders tied together with ropes. Sometimes several ladders are connected end to end. Beneath your feet is only darkness. Imagine crossing these ladders with heavy equipment, thick boots with metal spikes, and breathing thin air. One wrong step can send someone falling into an endless icy void. The most terrifying part, climbers usually cross this dangerous section before sunrise. They move through complete darkness for stability. Headlamps flicker in the night, while giant blocks of ice groan and crack all around. Every sound creates fear. The icefall never stops moving. Massive towers of ice can collapse without warning. Huge sections can suddenly shift. No amount of experience can fully protect anyone here. Even the strongest climbers have died in this frozen labyrinth. Every climbing season, special teams fix ropes and ladders across the route so others can pass through safely. But even they admit one frightening reality. Nobody can predict when the glacier will move next. If climbers survive this terrifying section, they finally reach the first major camp above the ice. At around 20,000 feet, the environment already begins attacking the human body. Even resting becomes difficult. The air feels thin and dry. Simple movements require effort. Many climbers experience headaches, dizziness, or confusion. The mountain slowly drains energy from the body. Hidden crevasses surround the camp. The ice beneath the tents constantly shifts and cracks. Some climbers realize they are not strong enough to continue. Others ignore the warning signs and force themselves higher. But Everest never forgives weakness. As the journey continues, climbers enter a massive open valley surrounded by giant walls of snow and rock. During daylight, this place becomes dangerously hot because sunlight reflects intensely from every direction. Snow blindness, dehydration, and exhaustion become common problems. Breathing now feels unnatural. Every step requires effort. Even speaking becomes tiring. Climbers eat less because their bodies struggle to digest food. Sleep becomes almost impossible. The human body is slowly dying while trying to survive above the clouds. Higher up stands one of the most feared sections of the mountain, an enormous wall of blue ice rising steeply toward the sky. From below, it already looks terrifying. Climbers spend hours attached to fixed ropes, slowly kicking their boots into the hard ice. A single mistake here can send someone sliding thousands of feet down the mountain. But surprisingly, many deaths on Everest are not caused by falling. The invisible killer is altitude itself. At extreme heights, the human brain and lungs begin to fail. Some climbers develop dangerous swelling inside the brain. Others suddenly lose the ability to think clearly. Hallucinations become common. People hear voices, see imaginary figures, or become unable to recognize reality. And this is where Everest becomes truly horrifying. Even experienced climbers sometimes continue upward after their bodies have already started shutting down. They become trapped between ambition and survival. Turning back feels like failure after years of preparation, so they keep climbing. But the mountain keeps taking energy away. Above this point lies the death zone. Here, the oxygen level is so low that the human body cannot survive for long. Every minute slowly destroys the body. Cells begin dying. Decision-making becomes almost impossible. Climbers move like exhausted shadows through endless snow and violent winds, and yet they continue toward the summit. At night, lines of tiny headlamps can be seen, stretching across the dark mountain like glowing insects. Some climbers wait for hours in freezing temperatures, just to continue moving upward. During traffic jams near the summit, people stand motionless in deadly cold, while their oxygen slowly runs out. Finally, after weeks of suffering, many climbers reach the summit of Everest. At 29,000 feet above sea level, they stand at the highest point on Earth. Above them, there is nothing except sky. For a few moments, it feels like victory, but this is where the real nightmare begins. Most climbers are already completely exhausted. Their oxygen supplies are dangerously low. Their bodies are weak. Their minds are confused. And now they must descend the same deadly route they struggled so hard to climb. Descending Everest is often far more dangerous than climbing up, because during the descent, the body has almost nothing left. Tired climbers lose focus. Simple mistakes become deadly. Some sit down to rest for a few minutes and never wake up again. Others remove gloves for too long and suffer severe frostbite within moments. Storms can suddenly erase visibility completely, turning the mountain into a frozen white nightmare. And perhaps the most chilling reality of Everest is this. Many climbers who died on the mountain were extremely close to safety. Some collapsed only hours away from lower camps. Others survived the summit, but became too exhausted to continue downward. Their frozen bodies still remain on Everest today, preserved by the extreme cold. Over time, many of them became grim landmarks that other climbers silently pass during their journey. The mountain never forgets them. Everest may look peaceful in photographs, but in reality, it is one of the most ruthless places on Earth. Every year, people continue risking their lives to stand on its summit. Some return home as heroes. Others remain trapped forever in the snow high above the world. And perhaps that is what makes Everest so terrifying. It is not just a mountain. It is a place where human ambition collides with the raw power of nature.